What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're here at Upward Elementary for another distance driver decision video. This time we are talking about our extremely max distance driver. Something not necessarily super understable, not super overstable, something that's going to give us a lot of really good push, a lot of really great distance. For most of December, I was using this green Proton Mayhem. Absolutely phenomenal, but it's a little flat. I wanted something a little bit domier. I did like this, but this didn't fit in the color scheme. This is a 167 Plasma Mayhem. So we're throwing this Plasma Mayhem, this max weight, or 173 Proton Mayhem. This, absolutely gorgeous Proton Mayhem. This actually does have the same dome as the Plasma. And then we also have this Champion Corvette, 168 grams from Innova, 14.6, -1.2 versus 13.5, -1.52. We're gonna start off with the Mayhems, and then we're gonna toss off the Corvette, see where we get. We're gonna start off on hole number one with a forehand, but these really aren't forehand distance drivers for me. Want to toss them to see what they'll do, but these are predominantly backhand. That might be parked. Now we'll go with the Plasma Mayhem. A little bit higher, so more distance potential there. Oh, and this is 171, so it's in between the two other Mayhems as far as weight. Has the dome of the lighter weight, but the Proton of the heavier weight. This might be a bomber. So far. And now, this opalescent Perle Champion Corvette. And it got the road flare skip. This is gonna be so much fun. And the wind's not too windy today. The wind that is here feels like it might be a tailwind on the big downhill holes. So possible max distance rips coming up. So we do have a tailwind, excuse me, we do have a tailwind. So we're gonna open up on this drive. Next drive is gonna be more placement shot. This drive, we can try to throw as far as we can. So if we don't see a little bit of anhyzer, not what we want. This disc, well, it's great. And I love this Mayhem. I already know that this is not gonna be the one I lean onto. So it's going into the bag. As far as points are concerned, Proton is at 3, Plasma is at 2, and the Corvette is at 1. We're gonna go just big as max distance backhand here. Such a fun shot to throw. Okay, that was too much hyzer. It flipped up to flat. So that's great shot for the next hole. It's probably not gonna get the max distance on this hole. Let's see what a 14 speed will do with a little bit of a tailwind. Oh my goodness, that is so far and so fun. Let's go pick those up and see if we can either put them inside the circle on the next hole or inside the basket. Because with these, with the tailwind, there is a chance of them going far enough to be chain high. Because downhill, tailwind, max distance rippers, so much fun. 443 downhill. These all went really far. the one that flipped up to flat instead of flipping over because of release angle definitely went the shortest, but that's to be expected. This hole, we need a little bit of distance control, so we are going to purposefully throw on hyzer. Currently 4, 5, 3. That is too far, but also we're looking for max distance, so great. That was a better line, better placement, and it's parked. That's a better shot all around. So do we give it to the Corvette here, or do we give it to the Mayhem? Because the Mayhem is parked, the Corvette is 50 feet long. Also parked. Okay, this specific drive is, like I said, it's more of a distance control shot. So while the Corvette went way far and really, really far, and that's really great if you need max distance, it went too far because at the tail end. So I think we're gonna figure out which Mayhem is closest, and we will award the points to the Mayhem and not to the Corvette. Proton is continuing to show out and stand out as better of the three that we're throwing. Plasma is a close second, and Corvette is great. It's a 14 speed though, so it's a little bit harder to control. We're on the T-pad for hole 10. It's 440 downhill. It's gonna be a backhand turnover flex. So a shot that these discs might actually be really good at. Option 1, all discs make the Mando. Best shot gets points. Option 2, not all discs make the Mando, and we know where that ends up. That is so far. Now for the plasma. A little bit of a slower turn, but also I've been throwing the plasma with more hyzer, so it makes sense that would be a little bit straighter. And also the headwind, it's a little bit more headwind now, still not much wind, a little bit in my face, so it is helping to turn these over, which is why I'm able to throw them on hyzer and they're flipping instead of throwing them on hyzer and they're standing up to flat. Oh, so lucky, so lucky. All right, the furthest right was the Proton Mayhem. It was also the flattest of the releases. Let's go figure out which one is closest because they all made the double Mando. And this is a new stability of disc I haven't really thrown in the past, and I'm really enjoying it. It is so much fun. If you have never tried out that kind of -1.2, almost -2.2, something you can hit on hyzer, it'll still flip up and turn, but it's just gonna give you massive amounts of distance. So much fun. Go check it out if you haven't tried them out yet. Maybe not necessarily a Mayhem, but the Axiom Insanity is very, very similar. Very similar numbers, but it's 9 speed, so it might be a little bit easier to get up to speed. Last drives of this video, Corvette is definitely in last, but only by 1 stroke over the Plasma Mayhem. This Proton Mayhem by far and away outperformed, and hopefully you guys like seeing this disc because you can see a lot more of it over the course of this next season, and you'll probably see this one as well because these two both performed so well. The Proton just outperformed the Plasma ever so slightly, so you'll probably get to see those as well. Last hole, we are on T18. I'm going to start off with this Proton Mayhem just to give us a wind read, and then we will go into max distance rips, trying to keep it safe. If it's OB, no points. If it stays safe, closest to the P win, closest to the pin wins. Okay, we got a tailwind. That's gonna be good. Let's put them on some anhyzer. Just flat, see where we can go. It's cheating. It's so easy to get the distance. I was a little nose up, so it's going to stall some. But still, huge. Huge, absolutely huge. I got a lot of discs to go pick up. Hopefully you enjoy content like this. If so, please make sure to like the video. If you want to see me pair the Mayhem or possibly even the Corvette up against other distance drivers, just max absolute bombers. I'm not talking about a weird one-off destroyer or distance bombing nuke. I'm talking about the discs that are designed to do that super full flight, super easy glide. If you got those discs, comment those down below. Those might end up in a video pairing up against one of these two. Please make sure to subscribe. It helps you guys out with these subscriber-only giveaways. Definitely helps me out as well. And until next time, see you out on the course.